In 2012, there was a quiet teenage boy who could barely speak in front of people. At school, he avoided attention. On the baseball field, he pulled his cap low over his face so nobody would notice him. But every night, when he sat alone in his room, something changed. He turned on a cheap camera and started talking to it. That shy kid had no idea that one day the entire world would know him as Mr. Beast, the biggest YouTuber on earth. On May 7th, 1998, James Stephen Donaldson was born in America. Everyone called him Jimmy. His childhood wasn't easy. His parents were constantly fighting, and their relationship eventually collapsed. After the divorce, Jimmy and his younger brother were raised by their single mother, who worked long hours to support the family. Most kids spend their time hanging out with friends. Jimmy spent most of his time alone. But there was one unusual thing about him. Whenever he became interested in something, he became completely obsessed with it. At first, that obsession was baseball. Jimmy practiced constantly and dreamed about improving every single day. But despite loving sports, he remained extremely introverted. Talking to people made him uncomfortable. Then one day, while sitting at home alone, he discovered something that would change his life forever: YouTube. At first, it was just entertainment. He watched Minecraft videos, Call of Duty gameplay, and creators making funny content from their bedrooms. But slowly, YouTube became more than entertainment to him. It became an obsession. Around this time, Jimmy met a friend named Chris Tyson, who was also deeply interested in YouTube. The two would spend hours discussing creators, videos, thumbnails, and subscribers. Most teenagers talked about sports or girls. Jimmy and Chris talked about YouTube algorithms. Then one day, Jimmy saw one of his favorite creators quit his normal job to become a full-time YouTuber. That moment changed everything. For the first time, Jimmy realized this isn't just a hobby. This could become a career. So at just 12 years old, he created his own YouTube channel. When he made his Xbox account years earlier, the system randomly gave him the username MrBeast 6000. So he used the same name on YouTube. Eventually, the 6000 disappeared. In the beginning, his videos were terrible. Low quality gameplay videos, random commentary, cringy jokes. Almost nobody watched them. But Jimmy didn't care. While other kids played outside, he studied YouTube. He analyzed titles. He analyzed thumbnails. YouTube became his entire world. Ironically, although Jimmy struggled to express himself in real life, the camera became the one place where he felt comfortable being himself. But then, life hit him hard. At 15 years old, Jimmy suddenly became extremely sick. He started losing weight rapidly and suffered intense stomach pain. Doctors later diagnosed him with Crohn's disease, a serious lifelong illness. The disease drained his energy and forced him to quit baseball forever. But instead of destroying his motivation, it pushed him even deeper into YouTube. He focused entirely on creating videos. At that time, his setup was unbelievably basic. He filmed videos on an old phone in terrible quality. He edited using a slow laptop. His room looked nothing like a professional studio. But he kept going. Dollar by dollar, he saved money to buy a microphone, lights, and better equipment. By the time he turned 17, he had uploaded hundreds of videos. And still, almost nobody cared. No fame, no money, no success. But Jimmy had already made a decision in his mind. Either he would become the biggest YouTuber in the world, or he would spend his entire life trying. There was no backup plan. When he told his mother he wanted to pursue YouTube full-time instead of college, she refused. She gave him an ultimatum: go to college or leave the house. So Jimmy pretended to attend classes while secretly working on YouTube videos instead. Eventually, he moved out and lived independently with almost no money. At this point, most people thought he was wasting his life. But Jimmy believed he was getting closer. Then came the turning point. Instead of making normal videos, Jimmy started creating bizarre challenges that nobody else would attempt. He counted from 1 to 100,000 on camera. It took him over 40 hours. Most people thought the idea was ridiculous. But when he uploaded the video, the internet exploded. Millions of people watched it. For the first time in his life, Jimmy finally understood something important. On YouTube, crazy ideas win attention. After that, he doubled down. He built giant structures from random objects. He performed impossible challenges. He created videos so unusual that people couldn't ignore them. And slowly, Mr. Beast started becoming famous. But what truly changed everything was generosity. One day, a company sponsored him with thousands of dollars for a video. Most creators would have kept the money. Mr. Beast gave it away. He handed huge amounts of cash to strangers, delivery workers, homeless people, and small streamers. The reactions were emotional. Viewers loved it, and the videos went viral again and again. Soon, brands started offering even more sponsorships. And instead of keeping the profits, Mr. Beast reinvested almost everything into bigger videos. Every upload became larger than the previous one. More money, bigger risks, bigger rewards. It created an unstoppable cycle. As the videos improved, more viewers subscribed. As more viewers subscribed, he earned more money. And as he earned more money, the videos became even crazier. By 2019, Mr. Beast had become one of the fastest growing creators on YouTube. Then he went even bigger. Extreme challenges, massive competitions, luxury prices, cars, private islands, stacks of cash. His friends like Chandler, Carl, and Nolan became recurring characters, making viewers feel emotionally connected to the group. At this point, Mr. Beast was no longer just a YouTuber. He was building an entertainment empire. Eventually, he launched businesses like Feastables and expanded far beyond YouTube. Then came the impossible milestone: hundreds of millions of subscribers. The shy kid who once struggled to speak in public had become the biggest creator on the planet. Today, Jimmy Donaldson is worth over $1 billion. He has built massive businesses, partnered with global companies, and created some of the most expensive videos in internet history. But the craziest part is this: none of it started with money. None of it started with confidence. It started with the lonely kid sitting alone in his room, talking to a camera because he was too shy to talk to people. And somehow, that camera changed his entire life.